Hey guys, obviously I'm not here today with you, but I thought I would leave you some instructions with a little bit of note-taking beforehand before you get started on your activity, so if you would, please get out some paper and something to write with. Today we're going to talk about point of view, and point of view comes in 3 different varieties. You've probably heard this before, but I don't think it hurts to go over it again. The first type of point of view is called first-person point of view, and that's when usually a character narrates the story, and they're going to say I, me, my, mine in their speech. Now this point of view lets you hear the thoughts of the narrator and see the world through their eyes. However, you can't always trust that kind of narrator, especially because they don't have complete knowledge of everything. One example, To Kill a Mockingbird, that's told through the point of view of Scout, and she's a child. So her innocence, while it sort of reminds you that the life's not fair attitude that kind of comes with little kids, doesn't give you a full idea of everything that's going on in Maycomb. The second type of point of view that you might see is second person, and that's when the author's going to use you and your, and it's really rare. Very seldomly do authors actually speak directly to the reader. If you see this, make sure you pay attention to it, because they're making a pretty daring choice, and they probably have a specific purpose in mind. The last type of point of view is actually kind of in 2 parts, and that's third person point of view. You can either have third person limited, in which the reader enters only one character's mind, and you see the entire work through their sort of limited perspective. Or you can have third person omniscient, in which the thoughts of every character are potentially open to you, the reader. Things Fall Apart is third person omniscient. So if you would, take a look at the handouts that you should have now, titled Omniscient Point of View. And it says, though most of the novel is focused on Okonkwo, the narrator generally provides insight into the thoughts of most characters. There are times when the narration is focused around different characters, namely Ikemefuna, Nwoye, Obierika, and Ikwefi. The multiplicity of voices allows the reader to see different characters through a variety of lenses. Access to the internal thoughts of a variety of characters also gives dimensionality to the Igbo people as a whole. Achebe never lets the reader assume that the Igbo people are homogeneous and could be summed up in one single character. So what you're going to do today is the task. Your task for this assignment is to identify passages from the first 4 chapters that illustrate the nature of an omniscient narrator. The passages should provide examples of internal thoughts of several characters, not just those of Okonkwo. Also, look for quotations that demonstrate that the narrator is knowledgeable beyond what even the characters know and understand at the time. For example, the reader learns from the narrator that the lad called Ikemefuna is ill-fated. This is an example of omniscience because the narrator offers a description about Ikemefuna that suggests the narrator knows what's going to happen to the character even before we, the readers, or the other characters in the text find out. Now, if you go to the back side of that page, you'll see that you're supposed to find examples from Okonkwo, Unoka, that'd be Okonkwo's father, Nwoye, his son, and Ikemefuna, the poor slave boy who comes to live with Okonkwo and his family. I need you to turn this in by the end of class. If you have questions about it, go ahead and write them down on a separate sheet of paper so we can talk about them tomorrow when I get back. Good luck, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Created using Powtoon.